Hello there, Chad Remington is here with a 2025 week 1 power rankings. It's probably been a full year since we've done a power rankings. My apologies. Usually we show the last one, but it's I don't even know what it was. So I mean it was probably very accurate, but cuz that's what we do around here, but yeah, we're going to do it. We're going to start it up. We're going to go, you know, one by one like we always do, and be honest and truthful. And you know, um, we are a week and one game late. Sorry about that. Um, um, we have had our first week. I mean, I'd say it was a little bit of a surprise week. I mean, um, we got our tie, which is absolutely nuts. It took what 5 years or something. Um, double digit tie is wild. What the god damn it, you son of a bitch! But in the other conference, I mean, Chris, Evan, and Dave losing is quite a surprise. So a bit of a little, one would say maybe wild. Um, week one, and Kyle's team scoring 66 points is in third place. I mean, that's pretty wild. So um, let's get into it. We got a long season, so we're gonna close the eyes and we'll start with the prestigious conference and we'll kind of go from there. Maybe we'll start at the Diamond Conference. I don't. It doesn't matter. I don't know why I'm thinking about it. So close the eyes. We'll click and we'll pick a team here. So this is going to be Aaron. What is? I want to see the team names. What did Sleeper do here? All right. Fuck them picks. That's the name. All right. We start with Jalen Hurts here. Saquon Barkley. Um, the rest of the team is getting pretty up in age. Saquon is, I mean, top 1-2 back obviously for the season, right? Javante's a starter on it in real life for right now and the team. The wide receivers are hurting. Laporta, how did he do week one? Pretty solid week one. Better than I remember. A lot of wide receiver two between Wild, Devontae, and their own teams. Diggs is getting up there in age. Didn't do really too much week one. I think he's going to be a good year, though. Tillman's kind of showing up. Let's look at this bench really quick. Willie Marks, I think, was a good pick during the draft. I think it's just kind of a matter of time till Chubb hurts himself. Rashad White went from so high to just pretty much irrelevant now. That's tough to see. Chisholm is one of the inactive for that hurts because he was preseason absolute hype train. Um, okay. So I'm not a huge fan of this team. Obviously, Aaron has had some success in the past. I think it's finally getting to him, or his team. I mean, not him. He does have all his picks. So I mean, yeah, Barkley is what 28 now. Um, I mean, it's all right. This year, it's not a terrible team. I'm gonna put it right here. I'm gonna put it at 11 to start off here. Dynasty wise, I think we are towards the bottom. I'm gonna give it a 14 right now. All picks. The people are starting to get up in age. I mean, Diggs, Javonte Williams is a really good team 3 years ago, and it was because I think it won the ship. So, um, let's go on. We'll try to be quicker about these teams. All right, this is gonna be Kev. Clearwater Threshers. I have to get every team name right. Clearwater Threshers. All right, we got A-Rod. He did have a great week one. The 4 touchdown passes. I mean, one was like a shovel, not a shovel, like the little throw up. It's not really a passing touchdown, but he gets credit for it, so he gets 6 points. So, um, he did have a good week one, but I'm not. I don't know if it's going to be sustainable this year. But so starting quarterback Genti's obviously a stud. Um, Starting Hassan Haskins, Jesus criminy, lad, he got for a deal. Trading Jason last year, got hurt right after. Lad is a solid player, so this is good. Keon Coleman finally stepping up. I didn't now I realize he got 21 points last week. Um, Njoku is already getting, I think, like even outplayed by a rookie. Mooney, Hollywood Brown coming back from the dead. Um, we got Mike Phoenix on the bench. Penix. I don't know what the heck I just said that completely wrong. Um, Jackson Dart. I'm a big fan of him. This bench is an absolute graveyard, though. Speaking of a graveyard, Mike Williams. He has a second next year, so not really that many picks. I mean, this team, I Ty Conklin, receivers really aren't. They're not great, but they're not terrible. Hassan Haskins, Conklin, Darnell Mooney. That's got to be like the bottom three of any starting team. I would have to imagine. Um, I'm gonna put Kev at 16. I mean, he's building his team. He's coming back. Thankfully got the first pick here. Um, he has Penix, Genty, McConkey, Coleman. I think he's still building. Um, I Kev might have to get moved down from here, but we'll do 13 for right now. Okay, we're gonna go on. Do you scroll down too far? This is gonna be Brad, who is Jay Baroni, of course, Jay Baroni. All right, Josh Allen, number 1/2 QB, pretty good to have on your team. RJ Harvey, I think he'll start having a good, week 7, 8. That's when it's gonna start. Um, for this year, I think promising for the future. That Denver offense was fucking hideous though last week. I did not get it. So maybe I'm being overly optimistic about Harvey. Jalen Warren is getting outplayed and outsnapped. Well, I don't want to say outplayed. He's behind Kenneth Gainwell. So Kenneth Gainwell's a starting running back. There's a lot of people gave a lot of shit to Kenneth Gainwell back in the day. He's a starting running back right now. Tyreek, I'm pretty confident is, you know, Brownlee was saying that Tyreek's gonna get traded to the Chiefs. I think even before Week 1. I'm pretty on board with that. I think he's either gonna get traded to the Chiefs or he's gonna retire midway through the season. There's gonna be no middle ground with Tyreek. I haven't been impressed with Tyreek for um. I'm not saying it's a hot take, but I mean last year he was awful. Um. So not a fan of Tyreek. Shakir, there's just so many Buffalo wide receivers, but Shakir is like kind of like a stable receiver. Marky Mark is I, I'm off Marky Mark, but I know he does have Isaiah Likely down here. Juwan Jennings is just a weirdo. And maybe it's because of hair. I always think that, but I just don't believe in him either. Dylan Sampson, stud. We said this was a great pick. This is gonna get. It does suck that Judkins is coming back. If Judkins was not coming back or wasn't gonna spend it, I think Sampson is gonna have a year. I still think he's very promising. Joshua Palmer, just another. the fact that they're both putting up solid points and you're starting two Buffalo receivers is a little wild. I we got Russ. No, that's not Russell Wilson. That's Roman Wilson, my guy. Um, there's Kenneth Gainwell. You've Kenneth. Oh my God. You've like everyone in their shitty backups. Jalen Warren, Gainwell, Palmer, Shakir. My ugh. Henry Ruggs, shout out. Um, I do like Theo Johnson. He didn't do shit week one, but I do like Theo Johnson. Okay. Tank Dell, rest in peace, man. Um, Shipley has been nothing. Okay. I am not a big fan of this team. It's like it's a mix of like old guys and just not that great guys with Josh Allen. Josh Allen is just like carrying everyone on his back on this team. Um, Tesla I do like though. All right, so let's see. He's got Jason's first round pick, Evan's second. He's got at least some extra picks. So I do think I don't know if I'd rather have Genti has got to be strong. I feel like I have to move Kev up a little bit. I don't know if I'd rather have Brad actually has extra picks. I don't know. So this is gonna be we're gonna have to do tiers to this because it's gonna be tough. Um, I've had three not great teams pretty much to start off this. I think Aaron's team is stronger. I have to put Brad down at 13. I don't I don't hate Brad's team though. I like Harvey. I'm gonna second guess myself a lot this time. It's just a bunch of guys, so I feel like it is pretty nice having Josh Allen though. We're just gonna stick to our guts. I think I'm gonna have a bunch of tiers here because honestly this is probably gonna be all very similar, like 10 or 11 to 16, 14 on. I don't imagine it's gonna get. I'm keeping two spots here. I don't even know if that's accurate. All right, let's go. Let's just go. Duddy Love, Jason, the funniest guy I know. The I don't even know his team name. Dallas Duddies. God, it's such a good name. All right, we got JJ at the QB. I mean, I don't think he's gonna. I honestly I don't know how he's gonna be as a fantasy quarterback. To be real, but he's just a winner, and when he's 22 and you want to, I think he's gonna have the job because he just wins. So nothing special though. Let's be real here. Bijan, number one running back, number one or slash two. Bijan and Saquon, I'd say, are the top two. Monster, 23. Brees Hall, people were hating him on this year. I never got it. I hell of a first week. I mean, I didn't understand the hate for Brees Hall, but still great. He does play in a contract. This is his last year, and so either he's gonna go to a brand new team, fresh legs, or not fresh legs, fresh contract. He's still pretty young, so Brees Hall, stud. Jamar Chase, I think number one receiver, no doubt, for Dynasty. JJ is definitely right behind him, though, I'd say. I mean, it's not pulling teeth or whatever, splitting hairs, whatever the expression is. Terrible first week, though, but that's what the Bengals like to do every week one and week two of every single season. Stud, though, Garrett Wilson. I think Garrett Wilson is one of the top 5 receivers. Maybe this is a hot take right here. I think he's a top 5 receiver as far as skill wise. Fantasy wise, though, his quarterbacks have just sucked. Justin Fields really isn't exactly a great quarterback. He did have a great week one though. But I think it just I wouldn't have re-signed with the Jets if I was him. But I guess I don't have the option to sign $1 million contracts either. So the talent is there fantasy wise though, kind of like how I've always felt about Kittle. Um, no, I just think Kittle's a fantastic football player, but he does produce some fantasy sometimes. Um, just doesn't have quarterbacks, but great player. Kincaid, I personally like Kincaid, but he keeps does for right now he's splitting snaps with Knox still. Very promising high draft tight end, but has dropped down from where it was. DK's got A-Rod now, thrown to him. Pittsburgh offense is weird. I've kind of already went over that. I'm not gonna think DK's solid. Kyle Pitts, I think he's coming back. He's still alive, and guess what? He's only 24. Jordan Mason. I'm just going one by one. I should stop doing that. Um, that's how these videos take an hour and a half. Um, Quarterbacks, Darnold, Daniel Jones. I mean, the dude. I mean, shout out to Jason for starting in week one. Um, 32 points. I mean, what was? Do we get a game log of? Was he like the okay number 5 QB? Probably. I mean, people already played 2 games, so he's probably QB 3. Um, just an amazing start by Jason. I mean, just wild. The bench. Nothing too insane. Ray Davis, I think Ray Davis is really good. But just behind James Cook. LaQuinn Allen, shout out LaQuinn Allen. Tank Bigsby going away. Michael Wilson, I think there's just opportunity, but I'm just there's a lot of opportunity, but just a bunch of wild cards on this bench right here. Not too much depth. Jonathan Brooks, that one always hurts. Godwin being hurt. This is okay. This is the depth we're probably looking for. Okay. No first round or second round pick in the 2026 draft. So I think pretty solid team. Nothing, not like superstars. Well, 2 superstars, running back, wide receiver, and then a bunch of like solid guys. I'm gonna put them. I want to put them at 2 for this for right now. Dynasty wise, no first round. Um, it's just very top heavy, and then a bunch of solid guys, and then kind of just wild cards. So I'm gonna go 4 on the dynasty here. All right, let's go on. Spent a little too much time on that team. Jared Goff. All right, this is Evan's team. 1 season playoff streak, I believe is the name. 1 season playoff streak. Look at us. We're figuring out the team names. All right, Jared Goff. Boy, do we hate this guy as a quarterback. But 14.9. Wow. Yeah, he was rated like the 16th best player in the NFL. That's like as many points as he got that week 1. That's sick. Wow. Um, I hate this guy. He's got a really hot wife, but hey. Um, he is a better fantasy quarterback than a real life quarterback. I would say. Um, actually, I don't think he's good either. But he's a quarterback. He gets points. So let's move on. I won't go on my. It just sucks being right, and everyone is pointing and laughing at you. Get tagged in a lot of comments. Or my friend does, and 2 of my really good friends do actually, and they're just like spot on right about something. I'll go on. Jonathan Taylor, I think, is gonna have a really good year. I do not like Swift. I've said this for years. He is in a really good offense though. And he is still the starting running back. Puka, London, top 2 of the top 6 wide receivers. I don't know. I don't know how I'd rank receivers, but Puka, London, stud. I think London's in for a really good year. Puka is a monster. He's like unreal. This should be George Kittle. I do like Kittle, but he's hurt. That sucks. Again, I'm a huge fan of Kittle as a football player, but he's just so. I think I said this 2 or 3 years ago. He's just so injury prone. 'Cause he's such a monster. And just that's what happens, unfortunately, with him. Higgins. I didn't even know Evan had Higgins. Bad first week, just like Chase. Whole Cincinnati. How the fuck did he get Higgins? Brownlee to Shep. Connor in a first. I don't. That trade doesn't look terrible. Brownlee to Evan, or yeah, Higgins in a second for Ferguson and two. Yikes! Jesus criminy. Wrecked. It was last year. I don't remember that at all. Or the preseason. Okay, during the season. All right. Um, Interesting. Terrible. Okay, he's got Puka, London, Higgins. I didn't even realize CD. Oh God. Yeah, he was just gifted CD for nothing. I'm learning on the fly right now. Credit to Evan for just wiping people with the floor. DJ Moore, I mean, wide receiver, current wide receiver one for Chicago. I like Rome, but DJ Saad, obviously the best wide receiver, staff in the league. Especially when you're gifted CD Lamb, for nothing. You don't have to give up really any resources at all of your team. I think he still has all his first rounds. Oh, he gave up one first round for CD. Sorry, I forgot about that one first round. He still got two first rounds. He still has so many resources to make his team better too, because got again CD for absolutely nothing. Drake May, I do like Drake May as a quarterback. He's probably just playing matchups between Goff and May. Um, Pollard, I like Pollard this year, especially with the Spears injuries. That is a good depth piece to have. Like this is more depth than Jason's team as an example. Reed, I hate Reed. Just because the snap. I mean, yeah, 38 snaps. I know he got well, he got hurt this game. I know he got hurt that early. Yeah, 38% snap rate and still getting 12 points is pretty wild. He did score the TD, but you just never know how often this guy's gonna play on the Packers. Really good talent though, just a little solid talent, I'll say. Um, the rest of it is pretty iffy. I mean, obviously Kittle's here. I think obviously the best starting core, and then he does have like Pollard on the bench. Not too much, but he still has shit to give around to even make his team stronger. So Evans seems terrifying. The best wide receiver core, they're all pretty damn young. I think Evan definitely has the best dynasty team. I'm gonna have to say too. Drake May quarterback. The running backs are not great. But they're enough, and John Taylor's solid. I won't take away from JT. Um, yeah, he can still just push. He can bully people around with the amount of shit he still has. So, I think Evan has 1-1. It's pretty easy when you get gifted a top three receiver, for absolutely nothing. Um, I don't know how Evan. I feel like Evan and Kyle get these trades where it's like, how did they get the person to agree to this? Like, what shit? It's like, I don't know. They're like the Epstein shit. It's like they have a book on other people and they threaten them or blackmail them, and then my buddy Jason is trying to trade people and they're like nickel and diming them for everything. It's why I don't get it. Um, it's nuts. But credit to Evan. Yeah, 1-1. I think that's it. I'll stop. Um, Next team, we got Eric. Eric, you better put in a damn tight end, you son of a gun. Um, we got Lamar, 1/2 QB. Love Lamar. A A-Chain, A-Can, however the heck you want to say his name. I always forget how he is. Really good talent. James Conner, I think, is actually still, he's 30. He's getting up there, but like he's better this season than people are giving him credit for. AJ, bad first round. Olave, injury, very injury prone, but talented. J.K. Dobbins is actually pretty solid too this year. So Zach Ertz, still going to be good this year. Calvin Austin actually even went off last week. I mean, pretty solid. I mean, obviously we're just skipping over a tight end here. Um, oh, Goddard got hurt. Okay. Hey, look at Eric using the IR. Hell freaking yeah. Okay, we're already here. He's got a second, so he got some picks. Um, got Tommy Tremble. Not too Jerome Ford, starting running back for the Browns. I think he actually his stats for week one were way better than um like the utilization or not the whatever he had the numbers he put up, I guess you could say. Um, so I think he's still solid. I think he's still a really good talent. Oh, we skipped over Toon, my guy. This guy's gonna pay off. Bigsby's already got traded. We kind of already said Toon's the man, and then I think Eric picked him in the first, so I know he knows he's the man already. So uh, week two, he's already got a running back out of his way. He's already the RB2 on the team. He's got A-Chain and Toon. I mean, they're very similar. Quarterback off other than Lamar does hurt though. I didn't realize that. So okay, I think this team's actually pretty solid. Looking at it for this season, like pretty solid. This it seems like a 10, 12 team, you know, type of team. I'd say. I'm gonna put him at 7. I honestly I might put him at 6. Fantasy wise, these guys are getting up here in age. It's like he's got a supple solid. I'm gonna put him at 10. He does have a next. I mean, I like Tootin. I think his team's solid. I'm gonna try to not spend too much time on this again. Try to speed up. Really solid team. We already did this team. Steve's team, Chudley Cannons. Um, Justin Herbert is. This guy started dating Madison Beer, and look at him now. Wish we could all do that, you know. Um, yeah. If the Chargers gonna start throwing the ball, I mean, he could go nuts. He's got the talent. I didn't like Justin Herbert coming out of college. I didn't think he was that good, but he is really proven me wrong for sure. Um, it's just gonna be how often are they gonna let him throw the ball. It's gonna be like a game to game thing, or is it we'll see. Um, but obviously solid quarterback. I like Gordon. He's gonna take over eventually. Don't know if he should be starting right now though. Aaron Jones, sharing the field with Jordan Mason, but Minnesota's offense seems still could potentially deadly. Amon-Ra St. Brown, I mean top 5 wide receiver for sure. Um, maybe Garrett Wilson's in the top 5. Who do we got? We got Jamar, JJ, CD, Puka, Amon-Ra, maybe Garrett Wilson's 6th best. All right, Mike Wilson, Mike Evans. Why did I just said Garrett Wilson? Is he gonna get his 1,000 yards again? He is up there in age. I think this is his last year really. But he can maybe do it. Kate Otten, Jacoby. We always like Jacoby. He has been very stable. Michael Pittman. They resurged Michael Pittman with Daniel Jones. I don't know if you want to be starting Sanders, but I do like him. No other QBs other than Justin Herbert. That's a little scary, obviously. DJ Giddens, like him, back up to JT. JT does get hurt. Boom. Potential. Judkins finally coming back. Again, talent-wise, his talents. I think he is the third best We're back. I think Judkins is the third best talent-wise, like, coming out of the draft. Um, Obviously, situation's not perfect right now, but long term, I'm a fan of Luther Burden. We like Luther Burden long run. I don't know if this season is going to be the season, but maybe next year. Um, they got Savion got 2 carries. Damn. And he got a catch or 1 yard. I mean, damn. Pick wise, all picks. Okay. So I know Steve. I think Steve somewhat sold out a year or two ago, and I think it's kind of hitting his team now. Um, Herbert, Amon Ra, Jacoby Pittman, Luther Burden. I think Quinn Judkins being there, I think the talent is starting to get there this year. It might be a pretty rough year. Um, and then I might have to put Kev up one because I this is tough. If Ollie Gordon, there's so many potential hits on Steve that it's tough for me judging. Like I like Luther, I like a lot of these young guys. I don't know if they're gonna hit though. But I do think some are gonna hit. It's like and Kev's got Gentry's he's gonna hit. So I'm gonna do this. We're gonna put Kev up one here. Okay, we're gonna go on. We're like half. Oh, 1, 3, 1, 2, 3. We skipped someone. No, we didn't. 1, 2, 2. Aaron, Brad, Steve, Kevin, Eric. I think we did do it all. Okay. All right. Let's keep going. Um, this is undefeated in playoffs. And Tyler, Jordan Love, fan of Jordan Love, Kamara, really getting up there in age. I think he still has the talent though. Maybe it's traded midseason. Um, I mean the Saints offense though was scary, terrifying. Nick Chubb, starting Houston running back. I'm just gonna skip past that. Keenan Allen is still not dead. Actually had a really good week 1. DeAndre Hopkins still not dead. Had the one really nice touchdown catch. Other than that, sucked. Tyler Warren, big fan of Tyler Warren. Kelsey, he caught that one TD. Otherwise, he sucked. Cooper Kupp sucks. Everyone is up in age. Everyone's old. Ramondre Stevens did not look great, and not look good. Did not look terrible. Um, we got Travion Henderson right behind him. In the order, there's a lot of bench spots. He's a lot of injuries. I guess you could do what you want with the bench. If you want less players and you have less potential hits to have. Quarterbacks, hey, Mac Jones is playing. Tua sucks. Tua is dead. Like, not just, he just looks awful. Um, really bad. Looks really bad. So at least he is Jordan Love. Obviously this bench is very tough to look at. Sorry, we have Trey Harris here. Oh my bad. Oh my God. Praise be Trey Harris, and please watch over my soul in the afterlife, Trey Harris. Yeah, Dawson Knox does split time as we talked about, so credit to him. Um, Eric Hall, Joe Mixon, 29, Taysom Hill, the man, the myth, the legend. Um, we got a first. He doesn't have his own second next. Oh yeah, 'cause who has his second? Whoever got that is a fucking. Uh, Evan probably got it. I don't know. He's got Evan's first and second round. Evan has the best team. Okay. Yeah. I mean, let's see how many players he gives away for free to other people. I kind of forgot this team existed. He doesn't even have a second for next year. He at least has an extra first and a second. I mean, the only promising people on this team is Jordan Love and Warren. Other than that, it's literally god awful. Who else? Sorry, forgot about Trey Harris. He's got Trey Harris. What did I write down here? All those rewards I was thinking about giving out. We'll have to get back in that one day. Yeah, I don't know who else is gonna get away for free on this team. Maybe if he had another extra, 2 first because he traded away CD, yeah, or he traded away, you know, Amon Ra for, what. Anyway, all right, let's go on. I need a fucking drink. Chris, his team is Team Hams Up. I should have known that. We got Jaden Daniels. I love this guy. Um, Josh Jacobs is looking solid this year. He's 27. He's still got some time. Still has some like Kyron got the contract extension. I'm not a huge fan of Kyron. His like advanced stats are awful, but I mean McVay generally knows what he's doing. He got the extension for a couple years, so I mean he's good to have. Rome, we already kind of covered him. Big believer. Jameson, little sketch. Noah Fant is actually the T1, I feel like, now on the Bengals, which is kind of promising. Chuba has been a stud. Zach Charbonnet, I love Zach Charbonnet. Um, I think he's the best backup in all of football. But Seattle's running game is nuts this year. It's not terrible to be the running back 2 on that team. I think it's going to still be okay. I think he's a perfect flex player. Josh Downs has been talent, but what the heck's going on? Cam Ward, I really like Cam Ward. I think he's very promising. It might be a bad first year, but he only had 2.48 fantasy points. The fuck? I did not know that. Might be really rough. Ugh. But I still like Cam Ward. Geno starting quarterback. Trevor Lawrence, really bad first week. Really disappointing first week. If he does not do something the second week, oh god, it's gonna be rough. But at the end of the day, still got Jaden Daniels. Big fan of Io Manor. I don't even know how to say his name properly, but I think this guy is very promising. I think got him like a third or something, right? Oh, late second. Okay. Still waiting for Ben Sinnott to do stuff. I think this guy maybe not this year, but maybe in the future will be solid. Darren Waller, we knew he was awful. Oh yeah, damn. Okay, did forget about this. Rice and Addison being both suspended. A bunch of bad boys. Just a bad boy draft. Having bad boys on his team. He does have all his picks. Taj Brooks. I don't obviously. We'll see what happens with him. I'm not a. I don't have any strong opinions about that. All right, let's put Rice and Addison. Addison's coming back pretty soon, so we're gonna have Chuba. Ooh, I mean, pretty deep team when they're not suspended. Tight end could use some help. I mean, all picks to. I'm gonna put Chris. I feel like these are interchangeable. I don't know who's gonna like. I'm just leaving these here. Maybe these get moved up. Really a deep team, a young team. We were kind of all over Chris's team a year ago or 2 years ago, and then he even drafted fucking Jane Daniels. So yeah, still a really good team. For this year, I mean, I think he's gotta probably be. I want to say probably 3. I don't know. That might change, but really good team. Just really really solid team. All right. Dean, Mr. Dean, the San Diego Step Bros. Um, Burrow. We like Burrow. It just sucks in the beginning of the season. Derrick Henry, an absolute monster. 31. Doesn't matter. It doesn't fucking matter. Dave Montgomery, I think, is gonna not have a great year. Sorry, Lions. Anyone who's a Lions who isn't like Swift, I just don't believe in this year. Well, I love, and I'm interested Brown. He's just a good receiver. JJ stud, obviously, just a monster. Dobbs, actually, so we were on Dobbs 3 years ago, and he hasn't done shit. Maybe now it's finally the year. I mean, there's really it has opened up. He's definitely the wide receiver two on this team. So it's really opened up for him. I think he can prove this year that he's actually is good. Um, Hawkinson, I'm still very skeptical on Hawkinson. Juwan Johnson had a hell of a week. Boutte had a hell of a week. I really like Jane Higgins. I don't know if he should be a starting player though. That's a little sketch. No. Oh, he's got Brock, who's hurt right now. Okay. I He only played 13% snap. Yikes. I think he's a solid talent. I just don't. I think at most he's a backup. He's not a starting running back or anything like that. Rico Dowdle got I think a solid contract. Damon Pierce is dead. Sean Tucker always will love Sean Tucker. Um, Whittington, McCaffrey. Hey, McCaffrey actually. Oh, he got a 2 point conversion. Hell yeah, dude. Torrey Horton, big fan. Big fan. He didn't do shit though, so maybe he's not as good as we think. I don't know. DK just has got a really cool name. I don't think he's that. He's kind of lost a job to Ian Moore. Maybe like a 2-3 year player. Amari Cooper is on bye this. Okay. Oh yeah, he retired, didn't he? Yeah. Okay. I think let's look at picks. All picks. Okay. Burrow, Henry, JJ. I mean the team is there. It's somewhat close. I mean the Higgins. It's not very deep anymore. I think he kind of has sold out his team like 2 years ago. It's kind of having an effect on it, but he still has JJ, Derrick Henry, Burrow. It's just a really good solid three, I think. Um, Maybe eight is a bit generous. Dynasty wise, he really just has Burrow and JJ. I do believe in Horton though, and Purdy solid to have. He's young. He'll have a career. Dynasty wise, I definitely don't think it's that terrible though. This might be very mean to put him here. I don't think it's that bad though. I think this group is kind of all equal to me. So we're gonna shift him up here. I don't know who's gonna go there, but I don't know. All right, let's go on. I think this year he still has a shot though. Honestly, might surprise. Oh, all right. Let's just go into people who we need to get through. Ryan Baker. Baker's been super surprising. Really has emerged. McCaffrey might be healthy. James Cook got a huge contract. Travis Hunter. I didn't like Travis Hunter. Um, but listen to some people that I trust, and I mean they he has the talent to be a wide receiver and cornerback, obviously. But I think with using a number two pick on a guy to not use him on offense, right? Especially with having Cohen as the offense coordinator. So like I think I'm back on Travis Hunter. I think he is going to. He actually is good. I think he's going to be solid. I'm scared he won't go full time offense, but hopefully he does. McLaurin Strange I think is actually good solid probably like value flex wise. Debo is still alive. I think this is probably Debo's last season in my eyes, though. But he sure did have 2 good weeks. Travis Etienne is emerging from the dead. Um, Leggett is not someone who had one of my starters, though. No QBs past Baker. Let's see if anyone's like hurt. No. There's a lot of people with only one QB in this league who I did not realize before. Tyler Lockett, this is definitely his last season. Did not realize he didn't get shit week 1. Christian Kirk is hurt. That definitely hurts Ryan. He'd be a solid flex player. Um, Slayton, Wandell. Okay, yeah, I'd be starting Wandell. I think. Personally, Mace Taylor I think is promising. I think this is yeah. Tyler Higbee's still dead. Okay. All his picks, one extra fourth. Hell yeah. All right. Um, this team is better than what I thought it was from my memory. Especially start wise. Backup, no backup QB and no tight end wise for right now is scary. And a pretty bad flex, but I think this is overall really like solid team. Um, a bunch of people that are kind of back to Debo and McLaurin together though. But they got Jaden Daniels, Christian McCaffrey while he's healthy. While this team is healthy, it's like this is just a solid team. I think he's got all his picks. They're not like too old. So Debo's kind of old. It's not too old, honestly. This seems really good. Um, Better than I thought I knew it as. Yeah, solid team. All right, let's go on. Let's go on. All right, Kyle. All right, Kyle. We got Kyler. Kyler, honestly, I think is not a good quarterback. Um, but the Arizona offense just has so many weapons around it that it's gonna be okay. Well, I don't know if I'm gonna call them weapons. Good players, good solid players. Travion, I wasn't sure on Travion, but he is looking really good. I did say I think he's just more of like a home run hitter type of player, but it looks like it still might work out for him. I think I don't know if he's ever going to be like a flat out workout like not workhouse cowbell running back, but I mean I do like the Pats offense. We've talked about that, so I think this is a solid pick. Or a solid player to have on your team. Tyrone Tracy is just really good talent. The Jets are rough though. Neighbors, the Jets, the Giants. Neighbors is obviously a stud. Ooh, Neighbors is also a top. I always forget about Neighbors. It's like a top wide receiver. I guess he's probably top 5. I'm scared of his injury though. But he obviously didn't do anything crazy or like terrible. Didn't cause him any negative impacts on week 1. Jack Smith and Jigba, this is his year to prove himself. Chig as a starting tight end is rough. Pat Fryermuth, backup tight end starting. Tet looks promising. Bryce looks fucking awful though. This Carolina offense looks terrible. I do think the talent is here though. Rashad Bateman, yeah. So I think I've said a couple starters, but like overall, like I mean Henderson, Tracy, Neighbors, JSN, Tet, Jaden Blue. I someone I trust is really big on Jaden Blue, and I kind of dug into him a little bit more in numbers and stuff, and he's actually seems really good. And very promising, but he was also an inactive scratch. So I might have drafted him in a lot of other leagues as well. I don't know how to think about this guy anymore. But I do like him. We skipped over Bryce. We actually talked about him. Bryce sucks. Kyler and Bryce being quarterbacks is scary to me. The short kings. He did. Oh yeah, he traded away Penix. I'm scared of the QB situation, but they are both young. AJ Dillon was always a massive fan of him, but I think his career is kind of dead now in Philly. Um, Zamir White dead. Bigsby, I was actually very high on Bigsby this coming into this year, and then him getting traded was we knew about Tootin, we knew about the Quint Allen, but I thought ETN was going to be the odd man out, not Bigsby. So this threw me for a loop, and this trade to Philly at least for this year, and I don't know, that just kills him. Xavier, I really like Worthy this year, but him getting hurt sucks. That's why your flex is sucking, I guess. Um, I cannot believe you're still holding on to Deontay Johnson. Tyquan Thornton is actually not a terrible waiver wire. Cole Kmet is dead. With Loveland, Coke, this guy, we really, really, really like this guy, and then he went like undrafted, and it was like, okay, guess the NFL hates him, and whatever, and he's cooking, but he got hurt, which sucks. I think he's solid. Having him and Tet though is a little bit scary. On the team, we like Hunter. He's got a second from Brownlee. Who is Tyler's second? Okay, this team is I don't this team is not that great this year, I think, just because of the injuries that are already happening with Coker. I think like your flex is weak. Coker, Worthy does suck. I hope Worthy comes back. I don't even have any shares of him. I think this team's good actually. I don't want to say this isn't the year, but I think it's very close. Tight end is weak. QB does scare me though. That's what we're gonna do here. We're gonna put Kyle here in the dynasty. Um, the wide receivers are very, very good. The running backs are young. QB, they're young. It's a very young team. I think it could do well. He has a high second pick here too. So, um, extra pick as well as good. This year, I think I'm gonna put Kyle at set. Ryan's team I like more. I think Kyle's is definitely better than Dean, so we're gonna put him there. Okay, let's do that. Let's go on. Brian's team, Patty Mahomes has been that great in fantasy actually. Okay, just kidding. I mean that's good. 8-11, 8-1. It's pretty fucking good. Um, Obviously sick. Freaking Bill, the biggest wild card of a dude ever. Didn't do shit last game though. I obviously promising though. Eckler being out, Eckler and Bill. Okay. Sutton, I really like Sutton this year. Really, really like this year. Johnny Smith, I actually think is really good value. It's like super good value this year. Zay Flowers, love this year. He's young. Kenneth Walker scares me with his injury, but he's this again. Seattle running's nasty. Dalton Schultz, would not want to be starting him in a flex. Milrow, we like. Any other QB? Just Patty, okay. And Milrow, I like Milrow though, so can't hate it. All right, Brian Robinson, okay. Getting traded kind of sucks, but I mean, McCaffrey, really good handoff to have or handcuff to have. Um, Juju, I liked off the waivers honestly. Loveland, I would start Loveland over. No, just kidding. I'd definitely start Johnu over Loveland. I think I'd start Loveland over Schultz though. I don't know. Tough call. Arroyo, I really like. I think he's very promising. I don't know, how he's gonna do his first year, but very promising. McClark, what's he up to, man? I miss this guy. Inactive, man. I really liked him. Lloyd, we've never liked, and we've unfortunately been right about. Just he's always gonna be injured, and that sucks to be right about. Ayuk, um, you need him back bad. I really like Ayuk's talent. It's just the injury sucks. Pat Bryant, I actually really like too. All right, all picks. All right, all right. Patty, Bill, Oldest son, 29, getting up there. Ridley, this is probably his last year. Janu is 32. Zay, we like. Kenneth Walker, we like. Ayuk, we like. The team is not, like, it's getting up there in age, but this team is pretty solid. The injuries the injury bug is kind of already happening though. Um, I'll put Brian at 10 here. I think that's maybe, honestly, maybe he should be above Dean. Dean has like the three studs. Brian has more depth to him. Dynasty wise, I really like a lot of pieces of this team, but not the full. Like Arroyo, the tight ends, Arroyo, Loveland. The running backs, we have Walker. Wide receivers for it's just really Flowers and Ayuk. This is getting really tough. I don't know. I don't know. We're not gonna. All right, we're gonna go on. I think Brian's team is better than what I just rated though, to be honest. And I didn't realize I just put 9 and 9. Eric, Matt. I think yeah, we got three more teams. All right, Matt's team, Dak. Dak's gonna kill it this year. He didn't do shit week 1, but boy, he's gonna kill it. Gibbs, really good. Bucky's really good. Nico, love Nico. Pearsall is very promising. I think he's, finally back from a gunshot, Tucker, we've loved Tucker. Been on record saying we love Tucker this year. I think also for the future. Hampton, I'm just calling him Marion. It's a pretty badass name. Um, didn't had a lot of mistakes game 1, but he's a rookie, so we'll give him a break here. In the Chargers, the offense though, which should be run first, but Ibuka, um, a stud. I do know. I think I've been very vocal about Ibuka. And he is him. Trey Benson, I think is putting up more numbers. I don't think he's a good player, but he's putting up numbers. Caleb on the bench under Dak, I agree with that. Two solid QBs. Braylon Allen got all the fucking hype in and didn't really do shit game 1, but I think he will be fine this year. I still think he's talented. Estimate just fell off the cliff, unfortunately. Thrash, did he do only one catch? I like his talent. This guy, hell of a steal. I'm surprised he's not starting him. You're not starting him. Benson's definitely safer. You're right. Absolute steal. We talked about him in the draft. We didn't know who he was, and then good pick. Mims, I still have faith in Mims. That's all I'm gonna say. Luke Musgrave is unfortunately, but that's why you did the whole Musgrave craft. So credit to you for doing that, and Kraft ended up being the right pick. McMillan being hurt sucks. I think he's sound, but you also have Mbuka too, which is a little weird. But Watson being hurt sucks too. But he did get that 1 year, which a huge 1 year contract out of nowhere. Spears being hurt sucks. I do like this pick a lot. I like Terrence Ferguson. All your picks. All right, really good team, honestly. A really good young team, I should say. A lot of promise. Like, of course, Dak, Caleb, Gibbs, Nico's great wide receiver. Mbuka. Wide receivers, I guess, are lacking other than Mbuka and Collins. I still do like Pearsall. I guess you do have Watson, but he's just always fucking hurt. I think this team is really good. It's really young. I think Mills has done a really good job with this team. He's hitting on a lot of his picks, which is not always easy to do. Um, I think I do have this 2 spot open. Honestly, I think this is fair. I think this whole group right here is probably, well, Evan is number 1, and I think these are pretty interchangeable. Maybe we'll talk about that in a little bit. I think twice. That means we're probably an hour right now, which is we love our long videos. The last team from this is Dave. Dave is such a smart guy. I forget his team name. Delaware Spiders, of course. All right, QB Matt Stafford. Running backs, yikes. Algier Scadaboo. Great handcuff. I don't know why I fucking can't say that. Scadaboo. Brian Thomas, stud. Jerry Judy, I'm puts up numbers. What's his age? He's only 26. Okay. Bowers, best tight end. McBride, second best tight end. Ingram, I'm not a fan of Ingram, but he's a solid flex player. Very promising. Had a hell of a week one. Um, I it is absolutely wild to be starting four tight ends, but it does kind of work out. I don't kind of a shock. I guess when you're also starting Algerian Scadaboo, it kind of makes a lot of sense. But starting wise, I mean, BTJ, Bowers, McBride, it's pretty fucking good. Anthony Richardson, rest in peace, man. Stroud, backup is I like Stroud, 23 years old, still, the Houston O line sucks. Um, I feel bad for Stroud. But he's a good quarterback. He's young. He'll have a fine career. Najee, I actually think Najee will have an okay rest of the year. Um, just got to recover. Trey Tucker, stud. Golden, hey, credit to you for sitting him. That's starting the tight end, genius move. Wow. I do. The wide receiver one is so open. It has to be Golden. There's no way it's not gonna be. It might take a little bit of time, I guess, but I do like. I don't know if I don't love him, but the opportunity is just too good. Rashid has always been good value. Mario Douglas, I think got where's waivers? Where'd you get him? Yeah, waivers. You've always had him since like 20. Hey, way to stick on him. And KLS, I think next year's his year. Pick wise, he's got a third and a second. Okay, so he's got some extra picks. Yeah, this the running backs suck a lot of. Yeah, everyone else outside of running backs pretty fucking good. I honestly think 6 is probably a really good spot for Dave. Quarterback, you got Stroud. Wide receiver, BTJ, I think he's a top 3 wide receiver. I don't even know if I want to say that. I've been trying. I know I have some people trying to acquire BTJ off of Dave. Tight ends, Bowers, McBride is just nasty in the TP. Fannon's very promising. I think 6 is pretty appropriate. I don't know if he's on this level. We'll see. I think it's really good. A really solid team. If we have a 4 spot open, I'm going to put the running back is really Kyle or Dave or Brian. I think they're probably equal. Okay. We're gonna cut it there. All right, we have one last team. Looks like it's Brownlee. All right, Brownlee. Bo Nix. Bo Nix had a hell of a year. Proved me fucking wrong last year. I still don't believe in him, especially after week 1. We'll see. We'll see. Chase Brown stud. Pacheco is I just like the way he plays football. I just don't know how he is for fantasy. Marvin Harrison obviously is slowly becoming good, getting on the same page with Kyler. George Pickens, we hated that trade. I just hate him as a football player. Ferguson, I think will have a solid year. Having Pickens and Ferguson is a little scary though. QJ coming back from the dead. I don't think he's gonna do this every week. Don't get me wrong, but maybe he can actually be like a wide receiver too. Starting Naylor and Jasicki is yikesies. Yeah. Ugh. Russell is QB. Justin Fields, we like Justin Fields. Um, like Corum, Brashad Smith. I'm surprised he didn't do shit. Like he didn't get anything. I like Blake Corum as a handcuff though, a really big one. KJ, I think he's gonna get obviously more opportunities. I don't think he's gonna be an absolute stud. I don't think he's ever gonna be like a number one bell cow, but I think he will be solid. Um, I really like Kyle Williams. It might take a little bit of time, but really like him. Elijah Moore, like we hated that trade again. I mean, let's just look at that trade. Yeah, a first to trade up or like to trade back, and the second. That second always kills me. Damn it, Brownlee. Wicks could actually step up with everything we talk about Green Bay. He could step up. Believe in Wicks. Mayer at 7.8 points. That's pretty solid. Being behind Brock Bowers obviously sucks. Jalen Rose being hurt is the worst time for him to be hurt. He could actually be playing right now and step up and prove who he is. Isaiah Davis might get a little more carries than what you would think this year. Pick wise, no second as we talked about, which is ridiculous. Okay. Chase Brown, Marvin. I think this 12 slot is probably appropriate. We're just gonna throw you in there, Brownlee. For dynasty wise, I don't think it's that low. Chase Brown, Harrison. You did lose your stupid second. Nix is young. Your team isn't great, but it's not there. Blah blah blah. This feels bad to do. Okay, we're done. All right, let's do some fucking tiers. All right, we'll go through this. Top teams. I think these top four teams are really good. I think Evans is definitely. I mean, his wide receivers are insane. Let's go down. We'll cut off at Millsy. Then Eric, Ryan, Dave, Kyle. We're gonna put another one here. I kind of no. I think we like Brian's team too, and we like Dean's team. Like we like Brian's. Maybe Dean's at a tier on his own. We'll do that. Aaron. Actually, Aaron's probably in a tier with Dean. I would say they got slightly older teams. Tier here. Tyler's on his own fucking tier. Kev, honestly, not too far. Okay. I think from this right here, yeah, like we have our playoff teams here. Let's do all right. One is Evan from. Let's do the conferences. Evan, Chris, Ryan, Dave. That's our playoffs there with Brian like scrapping and Aaron also scrapping. And then from the other one, Jason, Millsy, Eric. Oh, did we skip over Dave? No, we did Dave. Oh yeah. Jason, Millsy, Eric. I'm going fucking my Kyle is the top four in that conference, and with Dean fighting. I feel like am I going absolutely? I might be losing my fucking mind. Jason, Millsy, Eric, Kyle. Yeah, that's right. Okay. All right. I think this is pretty. I think these are like, yeah, these are maybe Dean is on his own, and I think Aaron could easily make playoffs too. So I think the playoffs are going to be these 11 teams. These teams, I think you're going to be out. Sorry, prove me wrong. For this year, dynasty wise, I think Evans on his just because of the wide receivers. Um, the next tier is definitely going to be this tier where I think these are interchange. And when I do tiers, I think these are all interchangeable. I hope everyone knows that. Like I don't want to, Brian's like, oh, I'm 9. It's like, well, you really could probably be 5. So, or yeah, same with like Kyle, 8 and 5. That's what I do with these tiers. They're kind of interchangeable. Um, so I think these are interchangeable right here as well. I think yeah, I think this is very appropriate. The top 5 teams I think are Evan, Millsy, Jason, Chris, Kyle. From a long overall standpoint, Dave I think is kind of on his own tier. Because he's got those fucking tight ends that are insane, and BTJ. Um, we like Ryan, and then honestly, from here to here, I feel like I don't I think it's what type of day, how many drinks I've had, how pissed off I am, how happy I am. Like I think anybody in this tier could go. So like I really do feel bad ranking Dean, Aaron, Brownlee, Brad, Steve like this low, but they really could be up here, like no doubt about it. I think this is the best our league has ever looked as far as like overall. Like we've never had 11 teams in the running. I think it's always been like 4 or 6. So I think the fact that we have 11 and a 16 is pretty cool. And then dynasty wise, I mean, we have our top 5/6, I'd say, but then we have this huge, which is pretty. I think we're like the overall strength of the league is all starting to even out. Minus Evan gets free players, and then Tyler's Trey Harris. But I I think everything's starting to even out, and if I think it's just constantly like winning trades, like Evan constantly winning trades, Kyle constantly winning trades, Tyler constantly losing trades, um, to most people, or just giving shit away for free. Um, so I think it's the best league has ever looked. Maybe I'll shut up now. I'll just keep saying the same thing over and over again. But we're gonna lock it in. We're gonna say it's fine. We're done. That was an hour 12. Love you guys. Great night. Happy. Don't know what day it is. Chad Remington signing off. Best of luck this year. PDDL.